Hi, my name is Ray. I work on the Access Tucson Out West program, and I wanted to make a video for the It Gets Better project, but my message is much different, and one I feel is missing from the campaign. Forgive me. I'll be reading this off the computer screen in front of me, and I'm, I guess, a teleprompter addict like they say Obama is. I'll do the best I can. When I was little, it felt like I had a target on me. I was beaten by my older sister at home, sometimes also from my mother, and even a couple of times from my otherwise absent father. I would go to school and suffer even more abuse from the kids there. They would call me Gay Ray, because it rhymed, right? But not because they knew that I was actually destined to grow into a gay man. In fact, all those who I've seen since, when I told them that I was gay, their jaws fell to the ground. The obvious message from the name they call me is clear, however, that the abuse would be worse. After all, I moved from Houston to a small town in Calico Rock during high school in Arkansas. The kids there picked it up like it was nothing, like it had never ended. Homophobia is really ubiquitous. But what's often worse than abuse is neglect. Nobody would do anything to help. Nobody. The entire game seems to be set to benefit the abuser and give nothing to the abused. If you tell, people hate you for some reason. You know, they hate you for narking, and they hurt you worse for that. And those you tell you that you just need to deal with it yourself. So how can you? When I was threatened with a knife. I was told that I would meet my death after school. And my pleas to the principal were in vain. Everyone told me I had to walk home and nobody would help. So I finally ended up calling my mother from the office, crying, and she ignored me too. I guess she was too busy. I was shown how much I was valued that day. I cried so hard. I waited until the sun started to set, and I waited some more, and then they finally told me I had to leave, whether I liked it or not. I had to walk home, and nobody was going to do anything, and I walked the most terrifying mile home of my life, knowing that nobody cared whether I lived or died. This is just one of the painful moments of my life that led to nervous breakdowns, that terror that children shouldn't know, have to suffer or even know about. So I'm 36 now. I have finally, recently, been diagnosed with severe symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, as well as undetected learning disabilities, and the PTSD most certainly shouldn't come as a surprise after what I told you. 36 years of needing help that never, ever came, nor did even just encouragement. Only abuse and confirmation I wasn't valued. And when I finally came out as a gay man at the age of 25, in 1999, I will be honest with you. I have found a gay community that didn't accept me any more than the world before it. I didn't have money. I wasn't someone that a lot of people wanted to fuck. I found partners, okay, but I rarely found love. I couldn't hold down a job very well, so that never lasted. And whenever someone loved me enough to care, others would do what they could to convince them to throw me out. I'm amazed I've never ended up on the streets. That would have been the death of me for sure, because I wouldn't know how to survive that way at all. I had people who loved me, but it barely kept me afloat. And I had to move a lot when the patience ran out, because I didn't get better. I did not get better. The truth is, I'm not going to get better. This will always be a part of me. I will always suffer this. I may get better at handling it, but the problem will always be there. I may even get worse as I get older. It seems to be the case. But what keeps me going is the fact that I know that I don't deserve what I suffered. And I can't help it what's happening to me. It's not my fault. I'm just too pissed off to give up. It's like a vendetta. It doesn't have to get better for me to keep going. I keep going because, God damn it, I'm going to find love before I die. And I'm not going to go my life not knowing the affection I do deserve. And to give the love to others like me somehow, some way. Every time those people made me suffer, they won. If I die, they win again. And if I don't stay alive and vote against them and help us win political victories, they'll win even more. I hate the idea of them getting victory after what they've done to me, so much that I am willing to stay and fight. There are a lot of videos online right now They're all begging you to stay around and promising to you that it gets better. And for a lot of people, it did. For some of you, it won't, and I'm not going to lie to you about that. Although our freedoms have increased since the time of Harvey Milk to an almost unfathomable degree, which is less than a human lifetime ago, but they keep fighting against us, and they keep trying to take it back to taking us back to the time when it was okay to bash gays, and practically doing so was natural and expected. So they keep hurting you and me as well. The fight has to keep going on. If you are hurting, I have only one thing to say to you. There is nothing wrong with you. I know something that the makers of these other videos might not have considered, that if you're thinking of suicide, it's not because you're a little bummed out about being picked on. It's because life is unbearable hell, and you feel there is no way out. There is, and I beg of you to take it however you have to. It does, whatever it is you have to do, and don't just keep enduring the pain you don't deserve. I quit school, 6th grade, after that incident where I was threatened, and truancy officers, of course, came after me, but they could suck it. They didn't care. And as could my mother, who was the one who also didn't care. She was the one getting into trouble for my non-attendance. She she didn't care that I was going to possibly die on home that day. I want you to be as pissed off as I was. You deserve to be. I want you to be angry. I want you to know that you're not the one who deserves to suffer. They do. Absolutely. They should feel the pain that they bring on us sometimes. Don't you dare let them win any more than anything you can prevent. You don't have to suffer alone. Find a way. Run away from what hurts you if you have to. If you must. Don't ever feel bad about having to do so. Some of us can't fight. As simple as that. But don't you dare let yourself think for a second that there's anything wrong with you. In fact, feeling the way you do, even feeling the desire to die and commit suicide, is a healthy reaction to the pain you are enduring that you don't deserve. Because there's some quote that says that there is no sign of health being well adjusted to a sick society, and we have a very sick society. It's their fault, not you. So there's all these videos online talking to you, saying stuff to you, begging you. Many from very sincere people who care, maybe some who are not so sincere. I'm not going to pretend to know who's who in that department, but other than that, there's nothing wrong with you, and I'm actually not making this video to talk to you. After all, you're not the problem. People need love and support. You deserve love and support. I'm not here to tell you anything at all other than that. I'm here to tell the gay community that I want to see the energy we're expending on making these videos to be used on more than just videos. I applaud this, don't get me wrong, and I absolutely adore the Trevor Project, but that's not enough either. PFLAG, Parents and Lesbians, Parents and Family for Lesbians and Gays, or Friends, I can't remember. I'm sorry. It's a fantastic organization, though. PFLAG is fantastic, and I want to see it only work harder and harder and become better and better at what it does. I'm here to talk to those of you in the gay community who've not done anything with these groups, or donated, or worked, or anything to make these projects stronger. If you're not involved in PFLAG, if you're not involved in any of the things, start bigger, better projects. Fill in niches that are not being met. We need so much more. And if it got better for you, well, okay, guess what? You benefit every single day for people who sacrificed everything, who were probably even killed to get us to this point where you can enjoy your life like you do. Are you doing these things? Are you enjoying your life? Or are you just basking in a fun gay lifestyle, not making sure to pass it on to the next generations because those newbies are so inconvenient to you getting laid? That's what I want to say. If we're a community, that means we have to be a community. We need to support each other. We need to withhold judgment from one another. To use S&M terms, we need to act as daddies to our boys who don't know how to take care of themselves. And I don't mean just in sexual ways. More often than not, boys need someone to act as an actual platonic dad or father figure, and not just neglect them or leave them as hustlers on the street. not leave them to walk the mile home risking death. We need to be more than just a bunch of guys who love to do other guys. We need to be a community, and we need to support those who need it most. We need to teach them how to live and stand and support themselves. Then we will have strength as a community, and then we will have the numbers of strong, proud gay men and women to win our freedoms. We suck so badly at passing on the traditions of our own community's strengths, so that generations to come won't know what it was like to be in those numbers, or the actual history of our pride events. Some gay boys I've even known, they think pride is a joke. Nothing more than us acting out and telling the world, look at me, I like to fuck guys. And they don't know anything deeper than that. And it's, to be honest, it's often because we aren't any deeper than that. Or we've forgotten to show it. We need more than just videos. We need more than just words. We need actions, sacrifices, blood, sweat, tears, hugs, rescues, everything. We need it all. Yes, it gets better for some. I'm so very happy it got better for you. But it doesn't always get better. For some of us, it never ends. Some of us have been made too weak to get better just by encouragement or videos. Some of us will never stop suffering the blows that we've endured, and some are still taking the blows and need to be rescued. We must fight harder for adoption rights. Step in and take in those who have nowhere else to go. Teach, guide, and nurture each other. The reason many of us didn't feel worth a shit isn't because we were called a name. You know, we're not so weak that a name makes us take a blade to our wrist. We are surrounded by an entire world of cruelty. A culture that in every way tells us we're worthless, confirms it in almost every aspect. A world has been built around us that blinds us from the truth of our value and our beauty, a homophobic matrix, if you will, so that when we hear the word faggot, we believe it, and then it hurts us on a level that it shouldn't. We're stronger than that. But we won't be, we don't have a world that helps us build that strength, that makes us forget that we are. We get encouragement, but that's about it. And encouragement is nothing more than words. It's not actions. It's because nobody showed us we were worth a shit, proving it to us by stepping in and investing time, energy, and affection and action. That tells us that we actually are worth a shit, to be honest with you. If all you can do is make a video, thank you for that. But it's not enough while others are taking the time and expending the energy and committing the actions to take our rights away in rallies and elections, or just to swing another fist, or you have to ask yourself, what is going to hold more power? Your words or our enemy's actions? That's how it's going to get better. That's how the suicides are going to stop. I'm here to talk to the community, not the victims. Stop telling us it'll get better if you don't work to make it so. To be honest with you, we need to know you mean business. Then we will believe you. Then things will get better. Thank you for your time.